As we head towards 20 minutes past 9 a.m. on this Thursday morning on News and Views with myself, Inayat Wadi. We're going across now to be joined by Abdul Aleem, Hamza, Head of Fundraising at Islamic Relief South Africa. We're talking about the Bursary Program. Abdul Aleem, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As always, welcome to the show.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh to yourself, very night, as well as the listeners of Salam Media. It's always a pleasure to be on your program.
Yes, Jazakallah to you as well for joining us. Now, Abdul Aleem, we know the new academic year will start next year. We know many students obviously haven't been to varsity in the last year as a result of COVID, but it is something that we need to take into account, we need to take cognizance of, and also those who can't afford to study at higher institutions, and that is why we have got bursary schemes, we have got bursary programs, and we see that Islamic Relief South Africa has established a bursary program. Please tell us more.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Praise and thanks be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Indeed, you've mentioned some salient points already in the introduction, and firstly, education is paramount important, and we know there are so many matriculants that have completed, alhamdulillah, and they're awaiting their results. Then there are others who are already in institutions, and many of them have been working online for the past 18 months and more. So yeah, at Islamic Relief, we have launched our bursary program in order to provide assistance to the underprivileged students with financial support to access to higher education. And we know that, the more we empower the youth in terms of furthering their education, the better it means, and it means for our society, the more empowered people will be. So that is the backdrop to what we've done, or what we are doing at Islamic Relief.
Yes. Now, also, Abdul Aleem, I know you mentioned some of the important issues, but also I think just to get a better understanding as to why this is so important to Islamic Relief South Africa with this bursary program.
Tertiary qualification, it's a level of empowerment, and there are no guarantees for anything in life, subhanAllah. But we know at the least step in the right direction. We young adults can break the cycle of poverty. That's what we're trying to strive for. And as Islamic Relief, we believe in sustainability. We will, instead of giving you the fish, we're going to teach you how to fish. And this is part of that kind of methodology and thinking. However, financial exclusion remains a big concern for us here in South Africa, with 51% of the youth being cited to have lack of access to financial means to furthering their studies. And means that they have to try and find a job, go into the job market, and we know how tough that is as well. So by attaining a degree, it enables them to empower themselves and look for higher levels of employment at higher levels, and also perhaps become entrepreneurs as we move along the way. So we launched our bursary program as an investment in the youth, and we're investing to the future of South Africa, alhamdulillah. And, to try and eradicate people from the socioeconomic challenges that they are facing, being part of the underprivileged community here in South Africa. So that is the intention of what we're trying to achieve at Islamic Relief, and why we believe that tertiary education is important, and why we are supporting and trying to make a difference to as many lives as we possibly can, inshallah.
Yes, and I'm sure Islamic Relief has given a lot of thought to this bursary program in terms of what Islamic Relief is wanting to achieve. And inshallah, you will achieve whatever the objectives are and whatever the main reasons are behind the bursary program. But just, it all comes with a strategy. It all comes with what you firmly believe in. And looking at Islamic Relief and, what does Islamic Relief believe about higher education?
Well, higher education is valued by us, and hence the reason why we obviously have this bursary program, and we're looking at fostering self-reliance, looking at our refugees and South African students, strengthening protective effects of education. And as I said, education is an empowerment tool. We want to promote lifelong learning and providing young people with role models that they can demonstrate positive effects of education on individuals And, through that, again, the idea is to really empower the community, take the communities and take individuals out of that situation of being, downtrodden and vulnerable, and empower them to have a voice, to empower them to achieve more than what perhaps the landscape does demarcate for them.
Yes. Now, let's talk about the program. How did this program actually begin?
Well, the Bursary Program, basically, one of our core and our key programs at Islamic Relief is our Orphans and Vulnerable Children Sponsorship Program. So that is a catalyst to much, because it's such a great thing, because we know what the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said about himself and the person who takes care of an orphan. He held his 6 fingers together and his 4 fingers together, and he said, we'll be like this in the Akhirah. So we know the importance of that. So currently, at Islamic Relief, through our orphan sponsorship program, we sponsor about 1,300 children in South Africa. And this program is extended to the communities and members for financial resources to access to higher education. And that the orphans, once they completed matric, they still going to need some sort of support, even when they go beyond that. They want to study a little bit further, and they need some to have financial assistance. And that is basically how this bursary program has been born.
Yes. Now, let's talk about the process, application. What is the criteria?
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Applications are currently open, looking at undergraduate program in study one at one of 26 universities, national universities here in South Africa, obviously. They must have a letter of acceptance, a track record of academic excellence. And so we're looking further on that, and we're looking priority for giving the students who are studying or intending studying towards a degree or diploma in the following fields. So we have certain fields. We're looking at, when we're speaking about the country, we have to look at certain needs within the country as well. So build environment, we're looking at architecture and construction, we're looking at engineering, information technology, logistics and supply chain, financial management, accounting, science, economics. And applications are open, as I said, from the 1st of December already. It will close on the 10th of January. And we'll go through those various criteria. So we'll go through this, decisions will be made. So if you need more information, you go onto our website, which is www.islamic-relief.org.za, or you contact us on 0800 111 898, and you can get some further information with regards to that. And it is really, I think it's a great opportunity for those who are sitting at home right now, waiting for results, those, deciding or having decided to study in any one of these fields. Alhamdulillah, make the application, put it forward, and inshallah we'll go through the necessary processes internally at Islamically, and then we'll come back to you with an answer, inshallah.
Yes, and all these fields of study that you have mentioned, and these are absolutely important. These are critical. This is what the country actually needs at this point in time. So it does appear as if Islamic Relief has given a lot of thought to these different various fields of studies, and more importantly, the benefit and the value that or whether we're talking about architecture, engineering, accounting, whatever field of study, the value that it can actually add, not only to the person who would qualify for the bursary program and ultimately succeed in their studies, but also for the country as a whole. I think we have lost Abdul Aleem. Hamza.
I'm back. I'm back.
Abdul Aleem?
I'm here. I can hear you now.
Okay. Yes, we just lost you there for a second. Just went silent. I'm not sure whether you heard my question.
No, I didn't. I didn't hear the question. Sorry.
Yes, I was just saying that the Islamic Relief has given a lot of thought in terms of the fields of studies, because these are absolutely critical. There is a huge need for them in the country.
No, absolutely. I think, and when we look at further projections, we know what is required. We know what our community requires. We know what our country requires. We're looking at engineering. There's houses to be built, construction. There's houses to be built. There's roads to be constructed. We know that information technology plays a huge role in future in how information is disseminated and how we get access to information. Logistics and supply chain. I mean, I don't think moving items from one side of the country to the other side and then probably across the world as well. And we already know that it's quite a good industry here in South Africa, and we'll just get bigger and stronger. Financial management, need I say more? When we look at financial management, we look around the country and we see there's a certain word that starts with the C, and we see how this mismanagement of funds and how important that is. I just listened to the Auditor General report, and so many of the reporting structures of government, the one thing that they missed out on, they met by 90%, they met all the criteria in the audit report, except for one area, which is called financial management. They couldn't give any feedback on that. So you can understand how that plays into the hands of understanding why it is important to give, financial reports, accounting, sciences, and economics, because that's what the economy is based on, and how do we get our economy back up, and how do we get back to our community as Muslims as well. And I think that is by and large critically important, that we can be at the cutting edge and at the forefront of what needs to happen and decision making in this country, and taking our communities forward, inshallah, in a positive light.
Yes, and just finally, for people wanting to contribute, individuals and also businesses, corporates who'd like to contribute towards this bursary program, what do they need to do?
Well, they can give us a call, as I said, on 0800 111 898. Make contact with myself if they'd like, or you can speak to any one of our fundraisers at any of our offices, or they can just go onto our website. But if they want to make a contribution to our bursary fund, they're most welcome to give us a call on our number and have an engaging discussion, and then decide with the route forward, inshallah.
Well, Abdul Aleem, Jazakallah khairan so much for your time, as always, here on Salam Media. We wish you well and everybody else at Islamic Relief South Africa. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It was Abdul Aleem, Hamza joining us, Islamic Relief South Africa and their bursary program. The time is just gone, 9:31 a.m. We'll be back.
These days, I'm more health conscious